think I'm just brunette because of the books.
And everyone knows blondes are nicer anyway.
My parents had paid the show choir director to put me in the choir because I can't sing or dance to save my
Your little bump.
Congrats on your little bump.
Hendrix and Blake Lively had a feud while filming A Simple Favor.
A few times through Ryan on that film. And, you know, and thought she seemed nice, and little did I know.
How quickly do you...
Blake Lively's flawless image might just be crumbling right before our eyes. Once the golden girl of Hollywood, it seems like the darker side of her glamorous life is finally catching up to her.
Some people, now that it's a function on Twitter and Instagram, there's a couple people that I have muted.
Good.
Yeah.
Behind that perfect smile and red carpet charm, more and more celebs are coming forward, spilling tea that Blake would rather keep under wraps. From old scandals resurfacing to whispers of her questionable behavior behind the scenes.
Stephanie, it's my girlfriend.
Hi, Stephanie.
Thank you so
should leave him.
The actress is facing a wave of backlash, and it's not looking good. Could this be the beginning of the end for the Gossip Girl star? Stay tuned, because the truth is getting harder to hide, and Blake might just be losing it all because everyone is now talking about her. Blake Lively has had her fair share of celebrity run-ins, and trust me, some of the names on this list will shock you. Let's rewind to before Blake and Ryan Reynolds were hash couple goals. Remember, Ryan was actually married to Scarlett Johansson back in 2008. But hold up. Fast forward to 2010, and guess what else happened? Oh, just the filming of Green Lantern, starring none other than Ryan and Blake. And boy, things were heating up on set.
My future wife, and we were buddies then. I remember it was funny because for about a year after Green Lantern had come and gone and all that stuff, and we were both single, we went on a double.
On the street, their chemistry was off the charts. Sources say they were giggling, flirting, and couldn't keep their hands off each other. And here's the kicker. They were both taken at the time. Blake was still with her Gossip Girl co-star, Penn Badgley, while Ryan was literally still married to Scarlett. The Green Lantern press tour? Oh, it was crystal clear something was brewing between Ryan and Blake. Even though they swore up and down they were just friends, the amount of time they spent together raised a lot of eyebrows. And get this, Ryan even admitted he knew he'd crossed a line.
Awkward date for their respective partners because we were just like fireworks coming across the. Yeah. So that.
Just 3 months after that press tour, Blake called it quits with Penn Badgley. But here's where it gets even juicier. Ryan announced his split from Scarlett Johansson in the same month. Scarlett later hinted that the end of their marriage had a lot to do with Ryan never being home. She even dropped some subtle tea about how tricky it is dating another actor, without naming any names, but we know who she was talking about, right? She said, "The logistics of being with another actor are challenging. If one person is more successful than the other, that also proves challenging. I think the idea of marriage is very romantic. It's a beautiful idea. And the practice of it can be a very beautiful thing, but it's a lot of work. Oh, and there might even be a little competition in the mix, too." Now that Scarlett's married to Saturday Night Live star Colin Jost, who's in a completely different field, many believe she was definitely throwing shade at Ryan when talking about her struggles with dating a fellow actor. She even hinted that competition between actors can seriously mess up a relationship, and rumor has it that this was one of the key reasons behind her and Ryan's split. In fact, back in 2010, a source spilled some tea to the Daily Mail, claiming that Ryan had a bit of a control freak side and was super traditional, while Scarlett was all about her independence.
An amazing cook. Why wouldn't you be buddies with
Yeah, exact. Well, because you need to fit into a superhero costume for a little while.
Speculation started flying that Ryan didn't exactly love seeing Scarlett's career outshining his. With rumors swirling about his hands-on approach to It Ends With Us, like literally rewriting some of the dialogue, people are starting to wonder if Ryan has a bit of a thing for controlling his partner's business affairs. But wait, it gets even juicier! Things went wild after a waitress claimed she spotted Ryan and Blake enjoying a romantic dinner together in December 2010. The waitress spilled the tea, claiming it was just the two of them, laughing and flirting. Honestly, if you didn't know who they were, you'd totally think they were a couple. This, along with a ton of other eyebrow-raising moments, has led many to believe that Blake might have played a role in Ryan and Scarlett's split. Of course, none of the involved parties have ever admitted to these rumors, but Ryan and Blake have dropped a few hints about some interesting things they did together before officially becoming a couple. He said, "About a year after Green Lantern had come and gone, and we were both single, we went on a double date. She was on a date with another guy, and I was on a date with another girl, and it was like the most awkward date for the respective parties, because we were just like fireworks coming across." Reynolds shared more about how he made the first move on Lively while on SmartLess podcast. He recalled how when he and Lively met up in Boston, their friendship became something out of a fairy tale. "I met Blake on the darkest crease in the anus of the universe called Green Lantern," he joked. "We were friends and buddies, and about a year and a half later, we went on a double date, but we were dating separate people." He and Lively had always kind of kept in touch sort of casually. So here's the official story. Ryan and Blake weren't romantically involved until they both split from their exes and had that magical aha moment, realizing they were in love. Sounds neat, right? But the rumors just won't go away. And now things have gotten even messier thanks to writer Kat Marnell, who recently dropped a bombshell, alleging that Ryan did cheat on Scarlett with Blake. This claim has reignited all the drama, and fans are buzzing once again. In a now-deleted tweet, Kat said, "Fun fact, Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds hooked up when RR was still married to ScarJo and holed up in a NOLA hotel room during the Green Lantern." Here's another juicy tidbit. Green Lantern was filmed in New Orleans, and that's where writer Kat Marnell claims Ryan and Blake first got romantic. According to Kat, the couple went into full damage control mode, crushing these stories before they could leak by threatening the reporters involved. Now, we all know being besties with your ex's new partner isn't exactly common, and rumor has it that Scarlett Johansson isn't exactly Blake's biggest fan. Even though they both work in the same industry, sources say their beef runs much deeper. It all ties back to the alleged cheating scandal. An insider even spilled that there's still major tension between Blake and Scarlett, to the point where they go out of their way to avoid each other, never showing up in the same place at the same time. It's also been heavily speculated that Scarlett blames Blake for the breakdown of her marriage to Ryan. No wonder there's bad blood between these two. Henry Golding may not have had any direct issues with Blake Lively while working together on the set of A Simple Favor, but he was under a lot of pressure, which he admitted to.
Hendrix and Blake Lively had a feud while filming A Simple Favor?
When it comes to on-set drama, things got a little tense between Blake Lively and Anna Kendrick while filming their movie together. Despite playing complicated besties on screen, rumor has it there was some real-life friction between the two actresses. Even Henry Golding, who starred alongside them, admitted he was super nervous to work with both Blake and Anna. He'd grown up admiring their work on screen, but with the alleged tension simmering behind the scenes, it must have made things extra awkward for him. He said, "It was quite a small set, really. The main cast was 4 or 5 people, so the proximity, really in this filmmaking, was so much closer," he said. "It's easy to kind of get very nervous about it, and there were certain days where I was like, what am I doing? Why am I here?" Eventually, Henry Golding managed to get along with both Blake and Anna, but he admitted that he questioned his confidence a lot during filming. Turns out he was a bit intimidated by the two powerhouse actresses. While Henry's nervousness could be chalked up to his admiration for Blake, there have been whispers that his discomfort had more to do with the alleged tension between Blake and Anna. When asked about the rumored rift in an interview, Henry tried to play it cool, claiming that the two actresses got along just fine. But here's the thing, he seemed pretty nervous while saying it, like he wasn't entirely convinced himself. Now let's dive into that supposed feud. Word on the street is that things between Anna and Blake got heated on the set of A Simple Favor. The wild part? Despite the behind-the-scenes drama, they both returned to film the movie's sequel, which wrapped up in April 2024. The rumors about the feud really picked up steam back in September 2017 while they were filming. The clash supposedly kicked off when Anna Kendrick made some offhand comments about Taylor Swift, comments that didn't sit well with Blake, who's one of Taylor's closest friends. You can imagine how that might have sparked some tension on set.
Few times through Ryan on that film.
Got it.
And thought she seemed nice, and little did I know.
Yeah. How quickly do you...
Anna has also been reported to be rude to people and staff in the service industry, which makes it possible that she may have insulted Taylor in Blake's presence.
No, but like, I really would really like to be a Disney princess.
I'm sure that dream will come true.
I'm sure there's
a dream.
According to a podcaster who claimed they were informed by someone who worked on the set, Blake and Anna also clashed over displaying cleavages on the poster. Anna, in particular, was competitive with Blake and was constantly asking to make sure she got more promotion than Blake, and even made us Photoshop her cleavage in the Simple Favor poster to be as big or bigger than Blake's. Then, in an interview, they had a moment that shows all might not be well with the co-stars in their body language.
As pie, it should be smooth as silk or whatever.
Easy as pie.
Yeah, and smooth as silk. But my mom, I think, is a very confident person, and so for me.
Although the two actresses follow each other on Instagram, Anna is glad the social media has functions where she can mute people, as she hinted she already muted Blake. Despite the fact that Anna Kendrick and Blake Lively follow each other on Instagram, it seems that there's still some lingering tension. Anna's even hinted that she's made use of Instagram's mute feature, suggesting that she's already muted Blake. It's like a subtle nod that while they might be keeping things civil online, there's still some unresolved drama behind the scenes.
Some people, now that it's a function on Twitter and Instagram, there's a couple people that I have muted.
Good.
Yeah.
Details about the A Simple Favor set drama kept spilling out, with a screenshot from a crew member confirming that Anna and Blake were not on good terms by the end of filming. They were reportedly acting like enemies, and it got so bad that the studio had to step in, urging them to pretend to be friends during their promotional tour. Despite the studio's efforts, things didn't seem to improve. They were caught exchanging what many took as serious jabs during interviews, even though Anna might have been trying to keep it lighthearted. The tension was palpable during their BuzzFeed interview, and it sure didn't look like they were just joking around. In that interview, they spoke about a call time change that left Anna waiting an hour for Blake to arrive, and Anna said, "That was the day I decided I hated you. We were all talking trash about you." During the press tour, Anna Kendrick even repeated some of her snarky comments to Blake's face, although it's possible all that drama has been put to bed now that they're working together again on the A Simple Favor sequel. But the drama doesn't stop there. Blake also had her share of tension with her Gossip Girl co-star, Leighton Meester. While they weren't outright enemies, they certainly weren't the besties fans might have hoped for. Their on-set clashes were notorious, from disagreements over costumes to who got more screen time. The rift reportedly began when both actresses were vying for the spotlight in the show's final seasons. Things got even more heated when Blake was upset about Leighton getting a bigger wardrobe budget. Blake felt she had achieved more success outside of Gossip Girl and was frustrated that these important details were handled without her input. The show's executive producer, Joshua Safran, later spoke on their relationship in 2017, saying, "Blake and Leighton were not friends. They were friendly but not friends like Serena and Blair." Joshua added that they both have different personalities and no major conflict was involved. However, rumors revealed they started avoiding each other at a time on set, and their castmates had to take sides. Although Kate Middleton never threw shade at Blake Lively, Blake didn't hold back when it came to making fun of Kate. During this time, Blake posted a photoshopped image of herself lounging by a pool to promote her cocktail company. She later issued an apology after Kate revealed she was battling cancer. Meanwhile, Blake's relationship with Penn Badgley, which blossomed on the set of Gossip Girl, had its own set of highs and lows. They shared some sweet moments, like Blake getting Penn his first iPhone and helping him stay sober since she doesn't drink. But despite these loving gestures, their relationship eventually ended.
Expect lots of big gasps and OMFG moments.
Penn was left heartbroken, and working alongside his ex-girlfriend took a toll on him. After filming Wrapped, he admitted he was in a dark place, even saying half of his belongings were packed in a trash bag. His wife, Domino Kirky, revealed that when she met him, he was still a bit lost and searching for himself. Penn described his time working with Blake on Gossip Girl as an endurance test, with the 6 years they spent together as exes being particularly challenging. Leonardo DiCaprio's history with Blake Lively was quite the ride before things went south. Leo, known for his pattern of dating ladies under 25 and often Victoria's Secret models, broke his usual mold with Blake, who was 24 at the time. Although their romance lasted less than 5 months, they had a blast together, frequently spotted on dates and vacations. Their relationship had a quirky side too. Blake would send Leo pictures of a doll to communicate her feelings. While these doll pics never hit the media, the oddity of this method of communication did raise eyebrows. Some found it a bit creepy, though it was clearly Blake's unique way of expressing herself. The drama began when Leo started wanting to get serious and even proposed settling down with Blake. But Blake wasn't quite ready for that level of commitment, and just like that, their whirlwind romance came to an end. An insider told us weekly details behind the breakup, saying, Blake wasn't ready to move to the next level. It was just too much, too quickly. Blake wasn't ready to settle down. The breakup with Blake hit Leonardo DiCaprio hard, affecting his work on The Great Gatsby. The heartbreak was so intense that he reportedly locked himself in his trailer and refused to to come out, which frustrated both Leonardo and the film's director, Baz Luhrmann. This tension clearly took a toll on their working relationship. Fast forward to 2016, Blake and Leonardo crossed paths again at the Amphar Gala in New York, and things got a bit awkward. Despite being married to Ryan Reynolds at the time, Blake and Leo couldn't help but indulge in some playful teasing. Witnesses at the gala noted that Leo would wink and smile every time Blake came near, and despite her best efforts to ignore his attention, they both seemed unable to conceal their flirtatious behavior. Ryan, who was in attendance, was reportedly furious about the whole situation. Sources say he even warned Blake to stop looking at Leo, but she found it hard to resist. It was clear that Ryan was jealous, but he kept his feelings under wraps, not wanting to let Leo know how he truly felt. It seems the past wasn't so easily left behind. Since that awkward Amphar Gala encounter, there's been little to no interaction between Leo and Blake. They've gone their separate ways, with Blake happily married and Leo not too thrilled about her focus on maintaining a particular public image. Now, Zendaya might seem like an unexpected name on this list, but there was a moment at the Michael Kors fashion show that raised eyebrows. Body language experts speculated that Zendaya was throwing shade at both Blake Lively and Emily Blunt. The subtle gestures and expressions led to a lot of speculation, and Emily Blunt reportedly reacted to the alleged shade. Zendaya replied to the speculations with a tweet saying, "I was looking at the runway." Speaking of subtle shade, Blake's It Ends With Us co-star Brandon Sklenar stirred up some drama when he made a cryptic comment about falling in love with her on set. When asked what made it easy for him to develop feelings, he played coy, saying he couldn't talk about it.
Tell you, it's...
You can say like really nice things.
I'm just a really good actor, you know? I'm a really good actor. Everything was really challenging.
Blake added a funny twist to the situation by revealing that Brandon preferred rehearsing with a mirror over her, making for an amusing tidbit in their ongoing interactions. The last celebrity on this list is Justin Baldoni. While he hasn't directly dissed Blake, the drama surrounding It Ends With Us and his hiring of a PR crisis manager speaks volumes. To top it off, his decision not to direct the sequel, It Starts With Us, sent a subtle message that left many wondering about the underlying tension. It seems there's more to the story than meets the eye.
Aparentemente, Justin está...
Apparently, Justin was putting in a lot of effort to remain professional amid the rumored feud over directing and managing their latest production. Despite the drama and the subtle hints of tension, he's been working hard to keep things on track and avoid any further public clashes. It's clear that behind the scenes, there's a lot more going on than what's visible to the public eye. But her weird behavior with people has a long history. For as unpopular as Blake Lively has been among her co-stars in the past, her latest projects haven't been free from controversy either. In 2024, she starred in It Ends With Us, a film about a woman who overcomes a childhood of domestic abuse to live her own life and find love, all while trying to avoid the pitfalls of her trauma in the process. While the film was released to middling reviews, the reaction to the film was nothing compared to the controversy surrounding Blake. Throughout the film's promotional run, details of the alleged feud between Blake and director Justin Baldoni came to light. According to The Hollywood Reporter, Blake had commissioned a second cut of the film to be done by Deadpool and Wolverine editor Shane Reed, suggesting stark creative differences between Blake and Justin. On that same note, their individual approaches to promoting the film have also come under scrutiny. Moviegoers have praised Justin Baldoni for putting focus on the film's serious subject matter, even linking to a nonprofit anti-domestic abuse charity in his Instagram bio and working closely with them while working on the film. On the other hand, Blake Lively has come under fire for using her platform on the film to promote her fashion lines and posting lighthearted content that contrasts the grim nature of the film. In one interview, when asked by journalist Jake Hamilton if people who could relate to her character's experience would talk to her about it if they saw her in person, Lively responded sarcastically. Instead of encouraging victims of domestic violence to seek help from professionals or sharing what resources and tools they can turn to, she laughed. "Yeah, go ahead. Ask me for my address or my phone number, or I could just share my location with you and then we could," he said, finishing his remarks with a loud laugh. Based on her responses in that and other interviews, people on social media began to point out that she was trying to pass off this movie as a funny romantic comedy. Many also did not consider it appropriate that she promoted her cocktail brand and her hair care line while her interlocutors were trying to get her to say something about the central theme of the film, domestic violence. This attitude led to the resurfacing of several of Lively's past interviews, in which many criticized her for being rude and dismissive to journalists. First, reporter Kirsty Flaw uploaded to YouTube the interview she conducted with the actress and her Cafe Society co-star Parker Posey, discussing Woody Allen's 2016 film. "The Blake Lively interview that made me want to quit my job," he titled the clip. "Even fans have noticed her behavior. One of them wrote, 'She's the kind of girl who says something mean and then says, 'just kidding,' when she actually meant what she said." Another one added, "For someone who likes to make jokes on other people's expense, Blake seems to get offended easily when she gets a taste of her own medicine." That's it for today. See you in the next video. Until then, goodbye.